What's going on YouTube? JT is born here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about DCeased War of the Undead Gods, issue number 7 of 8. This is the penumulative issue. We only got one issue left of this thing, and I really enjoyed DCeased. There are a few lingering plot threads left in the storyline, even set up in other DCeased books, where I'm just trying to figure out how the hell they're going to wrap it all up in the next issue, because there's only one issue left. But it feels like we're moving at such a quick pace, and there's a lot of awesome moments. But this is one of the instances where I wish the slower pace of some of Tom Taylor's other stories would take hold a little bit. Like, you could have stretched this storyline out a few more issues. There's so much going on, so many moving pieces, and I want more. I mean, it's good to sometimes leave the audience wanting more, but like with this storyline, it's moving a little bit quickly and kind of like breezes through like some of the actions pretty quickly. But the moments that you do get are pretty sweet. So I'll quickly summarize what happens here. Basically, like I said, Alfred became the Spectre, and he just was unleashing hell. Lobo comes in to enact his form of vengeance. Damien gets infected, and he's becoming a zombie at one point. Then, of course, he also tells Alfred to not kind of lose who he is. So again, this is a more evolved Damien at this point, who is, you know, fully embraced like his Batman side and, you know, doing good and all sorts of other things. And Alfred, of course, being the spirit of vengeance now. And like I said, there's some really cool stuff with Alfred. You got Cyborg in there. You got pretty much all these other moving pieces. They're fighting the undead hordes. Darkseid comes in. We get Brainiac at one point, who gets mind controlled by Darkseid, who is of course being controlled by the god Erebus, who we've established more in here. Then we get Darkseid, or Cyborg versus Brainiac, and Cyborg is actually able to get the upper hand on him because he is basically the cure at this point for the anti-life equation, as you know, kind of set up in previous issues. And then he frees like the city of Kandor, and John Kent's doing his thing. Like I said, there's a lot of moving pieces in this, but what it all comes down to, Alfred goes off, gets this cure. They breeze through a lot of the stuff rather quickly and kind of take all these different villains out, and they even cure Darkseid at one point with that. And Darkseid kind of becomes an ally at the end of this thing because he does not like being controlled. He's angry, he's rage fueled, and he's going to take the fight to the new gods, I suppose, and Erebus and all that. But that's the issue in a nutshell. Like I said, there's a lot of moving pieces. A lot of stuff happens. It moves at a very quick pace. The artwork by Trevor Hairsine is really quite good. The action's intense. There's some really cool moments. And like I said, I feel the stakes in the story. Now things are we're starting to turn the tide a little bit in this thing. This is the total opposite of, you know, the Nightwing book I just covered today, where it's so lighthearted and I feel absolutely no stakes. Here, there's like every bit of stakes. And like, you know, each issue for the most part, like you keep feeling the tension building and everything with all that's going on. There is one issue left, and I'm starting to question how they're going to wrap everything up. And if this is really the end of DCeased, there's a few lingering plot threads that I'm wondering. I'm still wondering what the hell happened to Talia and Steph from DCeased Hope at World's End. There's one issue left, so they better answer that question. And if they don't, I'm going to be kind of bummed, because they kind of set the stage for, hey, maybe she's alive, maybe there's something going on there. Maybe we'll come to find out that the rest of the Bat family is actually alive and been in hiding this whole time or something. I don't exactly know. We'll see how it all turns out, but I did enjoy this issue. Like I said, really good artwork. You feel the stakes. I think Darkseid having to join allegiance with the main heroes is pretty cool. Granted, it's only going to be a temporary allegiance because Darkseid does not like to be controlled. He's pretty ticked off and angry. So I think there's a lot of potential with the next issue. And again, this is one of those series where I think it actually probably could have been stretched out to 12 issues, since it is the final DCeased thing. Because like I said, a lot of stuff moves at such a quick pace. And maybe it's because Taylor's being stretched too thin, so he has to kind of hurry things up. And I wish he could kind of take the best elements of this and, you know, the Nightwing book and kind of push them together. And then I think you get kind of like the perfect pace, because this one moves a little bit too fast and like his Nightwing book moves a little bit too slow. So if you kind of find the middle ground here, we'd have something pretty spot on for the right type of pacing for these stories. I don't know. I just feel like this could have been a few more issues, because there's just so many characters and so many different lingering plots going on at once. I feel like we're just kind of rushing through some of them, but what we're getting to is quite good. So I am recommending DCeased War of the Undead Gods issue number 7 of 8. Like I said, there's a lot of cool moments. Alfred as the Spectre works. Darkseid kind of showing a temporary alliance with the heroes to kind of take the fight to Erebus and all that. I like that stuff. Like, there's some pretty cool stuff, and of course the city of Kandor, and you know, a lot of the stuff that you normally wouldn't see in main continuity is brought into the mix with this thing. So cool stuff. Leaves me excited to see what's next. And I'm excited that but also kind of sad that DCeased is ending with the next issue, and it's going to be the conclusion to this trilogy of stories. Well, trilogy and various spin-offs, but yeah, man, I'm still bummed though, because the first DCeased we had like a spin-off series, 2 different spin-off series, and the follow-up series, and then this one, we never really got a spin-off that kind of told the storylines of all the stuff going on in the years between and such, and answering what the hell happened to Steph and Talia and Hope at World's End. I know I keep bringing that up, but we're pretty much near the end of this story, and I'm wondering, like, is that just going to be like an unanswered plot line, or is it going to come into the fold in the next issue? Which, by the way, you'd still have to, like, that leave a lot of questions too, like, where have you been this whole time? So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping for an exciting climax, and if they don't answer that question, I will be upset. But 1 issue left of DCeased, and then it's over. So yeah, should be fun. But anyways, if you have any thoughts on DCeased War of the Undead Gods, issue number 7 of 8, let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, all that other fun stuff. I will be back later on today to cover the new issue of Superman, Batman, Superman, World's Finest, and the latest issue of Wonder Woman, because of course Lazarus Planet just refuses to end, and I made it a mission to cover every single Lazarus Planet tie-in, so I will be covering that with the Wonder Woman issue today. So look forward to all that stuff. All right, well, that's all I gotta say. As always, take care now, bye bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.